First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.
Andrew, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, what is this? So this is our first
There's a big story here.
3 very interesting stories that are out there this morning.
So I gotta say, Wayne first tipped me off to this story earlier. He said that the owner of Full Throttle Barbecue believes that he's getting harassed or bullied by the village of Yorkville due to the fact that he had a vehicle towed. So I reached out to Mr. Hill, and he's on the phone with us right now.
Okay, they didn't tow his vehicle. He, at that business, and by the way, located in a very difficult Daylight Donuts was in there for a while.
Right, yes.
Yep.
I think it's just down from Voss's. So very difficult location to get into.
Correct.
So the word is...
And limited parking as it is.
He had someone's vehicle towed, right? Is that what we're being told?
That's correct.
All right. And Michael Hill is the owner. He's on the line right now. Michael, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing today?
Good. All right. Let's start from the beginning. You say you are now being... You say harassed by the town of or village of Yorkville, town of Yorkville.
Yes, I was. I mean, what happened was in early afternoon, actually, I was out near my smoker, and I was maintaining the fire. And a lady pulled up, and I had a lot of stuff going on that day. I had a lot of takeout orders as well. And I asked her, I said, are you here to pick up an order? And she said, no. And I said, all right, well, if you're going to place an order, it's going to be a few extra minutes because I had a lot going on. And she said, no, I was going to Voss's. And I was like, well, this is parking for my customers only. I'm already limited parking spots. And she walked away. And I said, ma'am. And she says, you don't know who I am. And then I called the tow company, and they ended up coming and hooking her up. She came back and made a big stink about it. And she called her boyfriend, which was...
Hold on.
What I don't want to do right now is because we are taking your word for this, and I'm willing to go as far on the Yorkville thing, but I don't want to mention names. So she made a phone call to someone who you say is connected to is it the village of Yorkville?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Is that correct? So you're saying that she made a phone call to someone that she's connected to?
Yes.
Then what happened?
She spoke to somebody who she was connected to with the village of Yorkville, and that gentleman spoke to the tow company and says, I will send my brother down to take care of it. And his brother came down, and he made a big deal out of it. He told me to lower the blinking vehicle, and this time you stepped on the wrong toes. And I said, what do you mean by that? He said, you overstepped your boundaries this time. Let's see how long you stay open, he says, because you're going to be closed down, he says.
Wow.
I looked him in the face, and I said, don't you ever threaten me again.
So is the person that was speaking to you a village official?
He was a village. He worked for the village of Yorkville.
Okay. So then what happened?
The tow company did not lower the vehicle because he has to get paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
The lady, I just want to clarify one thing. On the news, the lady, they put down the lady paid with a check. She did not pay with a check. The tow company would not accept
No,
a
you
check.
wouldn't accept a check.
Correct. So that got twisted a little bit on the news. So what happened was then the brother who came down, he paid out of his pocket cash.
Okay.
She gave him the check. That's what
I see. Okay. So she reimbursed him. He had to pay cash. Yeah.
He paid cash, and then she gave him a check to him, and that was it. And he told me to move my dumpsters. And I was like, why do I have to move my dumpsters? He says they're on Yorkville property. And I was like, well, they're okay to sit there for a year and a half. Now, since I had somebody who's affiliated with a board member of Yorkville, now I have to be told to move my dumpsters. I have towed 10 cars out of my parking lot. Not once I got basically my balls broken at all. Not once.
Right.
Now, because someone's affiliated with the Yorkville, I have to be told to move my dumpsters and be worried about and threatened by workers from the village of Yorkville telling me that they're going to close me down, see how long I stay open.
So what has
That's not
happened?
fair.
First of all, why? First of all, this I would say this:
Yeah.
if this is all true, a little message to the people of Yorkville: you got to learn how to do this crap. You wait 3 weeks, then you start harassing the guy. What are you doing?
Pretty obvious what's going on here.
Pretty obvious. You're doing it on the fly here. Not smart.
There's a reason you guys aren't involved in Utica politics, you
Hello?
lightweights.
Yeah, the
Just
way
kidding.
Utica would do it, it would be months before he'd feel any of the implications of this.
And he'd be shut down by now.
That's
He wouldn't even be around to tell this story.
Oh, I don't mean to make light of this, but I mean this is blatant. If what you're saying is true, and I'm not saying it's
is
not,
true.
I trust that you're saying that. At the same time, to
There's
be fair,
two sides, three
there are
sides to
always
every story, yeah.
many sides to a story. But this is horrible, a horrible misuse of.
I'm appalled
of
at the story
authority.
he just told. I just can't believe that. Wow. So let me ask you
Yeah,
this.
I'm a small family business. I just want to try to make a living for my family. Now I got to be worried about somebody pulling strings to close me down for somebody because I had him towed, which
Yeah.
is affiliated with a board member. It's not fair to me.
I'm not in love with the towing idea because
too.
you're never going to get that customer back. But at the same time, what do you do when you tell someone you can't park here? This is my property.
And there are signs everywhere that say parking for full throttle only.
And they completely ignore you. And if that part of the story is true, that's horrible in itself.
Correct.
So since this happened, how many tickets have you been issued? How many visits have you gotten? Can you get into that?
I haven't got any tickets yet.
Or
actually,
citations?
but
None?
No.
First of all, when
I
did
did have-
when did this happen? First of all,
This happened on Tuesday.
okay. So since
just
Tuesday,
the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What has happened since Tuesday?
What have happened since Tuesday? Tuesday, I was told I had to remove my dumpsters. That was it, basically. Later Tuesday, late afternoon, I had the fire department coming down, taking pictures to see where my smoker was. So, I mean, obviously they have something up their sleeve, but, I mean, they were never down there any other time besides coming down and buying food. They used to come to me all the time. Now they don't even bother with me now, which, you know what I mean, it's what they want to do, I guess. You know what I mean? I'm not doing
small
it
town and
to
Yeah.
get business because I've already went through the hardest time that any business or any person can go through after the last year and a half.
the last
you know what I
year,
mean?
the last year has been hard on everybody.
So now I got through that. I was only open up for approximately a month before it just all hit worldwide. So I got through the hardest time of my life, and now I have to worry about Yorkville coming after me because I stepped on the wrong toes because a person was wrong.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it.
And
I
I
don't.
and I hate to say it, but it's one of these things that I've had them in my own life over the years where once A, B, and C happens, you can never take it back. And as much as you want to say, I want everything to get back to the way it was, it's never going back.
Yeah.
It's you now have yourself a problem, and it is terrible because of how this all unfolded. It is terribly unfair. But you're in a bit of a catch-22 here, I'm afraid.
And then later that day, actually, I had Miss Constantine. She is on the board of Yorkville. She came down and spoke to me, and she spoke to the mayor, and the mayor sent her down to my building. And she got there approximately right around 5 after 8 that day. And she says, I'm down here to talk to you. She introduced herself. And she was a very friendly lady. She was very nice, professional. And she was actually kind of shocked at what took place. And she says, what can we do to take care of this matter? And the only thing I asked for was an apology letter from the village of Yorkville. That's all I asked for. Was an apology letter from the village of Yorkville. Because they had no business getting involved. Why did they get involved with the 10 other cars that I had towed? Because no one was connected to the village of Yorkville.
Yeah.
Do
you own the building, by the way?
No, I actually rent it.
Okay.
Who did who was she representing? The mayor?
She works for the village. She's on the village board, actually, Miss Constantine.
Okay.
So it sounds like it began to unfold what was good. Had you already hit TV by then?
No, I did not.
How about your social media?
Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Yes, I did.
Okay,
yes,
so now it's starting to hit the news. It's been on TV. It's been on social media. Now the mayor is probably like, well, what's going on here? This is not good, and it is not good. It does not make Yorkville look good at all. And I can't imagine that they would.
That's not what I wanted to turn this into. Actually, I didn't. I had a customer towed, and I thought it was simple and over with. I'm sorry that she had ties, but if she had ties with the village of Yorkville, she should understand people's parking situations. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tight spot over there. The towing kind of gave me pause for a second as well.
I don't
but
like
then at
the towing,
same time,
Mike. In this situation, that woman needed to be towed. I think
I agree.
If she told you, if she completely ignored you when you told her she couldn't park there,
right.
she deserved to be towed.
Also, I understand his concern. He's right next.
I told a lot of my customers, listen, guys, can you please move? This is for me. I'm limited. I got 6 parking spots over there. Yeah. And a lot of them do move, but you always get a few people who think they can just do what they want and walk away.
Well,
when they
I
come
guess
back,
if
their car is towed.
If they completely disregard your request, then they deserve to be towed.
Yeah. Doing it without any request or warning, I think, is rough.
Yeah,
but
I mean, if you're just
he's got
towing
6
people,
spots. He's competing directly next door with a place that cooks out. Also,
with competing with the iconic, legendary Vosses,
Yeah.
which
He's
you're going to
got
have
6
lines
parking spots, and you're taking 1 or 2 of them to go next door to his competitor.
Yeah.
What would Voss's do if he were to say, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to park here. I'm going to go over to Full Throttle Barbecue"? And would they be okay with that?
I don't think anyone would be okay with that if that's being done with their business. Yeah.
You know, my point is, if I pulled in front of the fire station or the police station in Yorkville and it says no parking, are they going to try to find me and call me and tell me to move my vehicle? No, they're just going to tow it or ticket it.
Yeah, if they say anything to you, you should just go, you don't know who I am.
Yeah.
and just walk off.
You'll be a part of my barbecue in a second if you don't. So
I love that line,
and here's the other part of this that we all know to be true. That is just we all know it's true. Nobody wants to say it.
Right.
And that is that if you, Michael, I don't know who you are. I've never heard of you before. Maybe you're a legendary cook from the area that has worked at restaurants. I have no clue. But
I have worked in the restaurant for 29 years. I've lived in Utica, New York, my whole life. I was born and raised, and I'm just an average guy trying to make a living for my family.
And that is the point that's the point that I want to make, is that you're just an average guy who's trying to make a name for yourself, you're not someone who is already a big name. If you were someone who was a big name right now, somebody on the board would have been like, hey, Mary, whatever the woman's name was, you know who you're messing with. Let's not get into this. Yeah. Instead, who does this Michael Hill think he is? We're going to go down there and show him what he's dealing with. This is age old. This is classic here.
Oh yeah.
I hate to say it, and it's a shame. And I'm not sure that it hasn't caused your business a great deal of harm, that it'll be difficult for you to recover. But then again, a lot of people talking about your place. I didn't even know it was there until now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, a lot of people are calling in. A lot of people are hitting social media saying, we support you, we stand by you.
All right.
And I got people coming in from, matter of fact, they came in on Thursday, matter of fact. The gentleman drove in all the way from Syracuse and came in. He had no family members down here at all. Came in here, ordered food, and says, I support you.
Wow.
And he says, if you have any questions or you need any answers, he says, he was a lawyer. He gave me his business card, and he says, and I said, thank you very much, sir, but, that's not why I did what I did. I did what I did because I wasn't going to get bullied, pushed around, or strong-armed.
I do think it's worthy to note here that an attorney from Syracuse saw this story and was like,
I think I'll take a trip to Yorkville.
Cha-ching. It was worth him driving all the way to Yorkville based on what was done to you by this municipality. Wow. Okay, well, we're going to reach out and talk to the mayor. And how's your barbecue, by the way, Michael? I'm assuming
It's the best. It's the best in Central New York.
Okay, we're going to try it out.
Yeah, I actually have been thinking about trying because I don't live too far from you, but I feel like you should have now a special menu item, and the sandwich should be called "Do you know whose sandwich this is?" That should be the name of the sandwich.
All right, Michael. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye.
And I do want to add this. I can't imagine the mayor was involved in this. This probably all unfolded. It happens when people take matters into their own hands, get angry, and start making stupid moves. And I think, the people of Yorkville are good people. This is not the norm. God, I hope it isn't. Andrew, book the mayor. See if we can get the mayor of Yorkville on. Got a break.
Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.